Hi, guys.
Beautiful.
Hi.
Hey
Hi, Amy and
everybody.
Hi,
David and
Lou.
everybody else.
Hello,
Hi
everyone.
everyone. Catherine here.
Good
I'm
to
trying to
see
figure out
you.
how this works on my phone. I just downloaded it. Feel like an amateur.
Oh, it's
No
okay. I'm doing
worries.
it from my iPhone too. So I'm like, oh, but I have done it a couple of times. But once you do it once, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I'm
Exactly.
supposed to be doing this whole AI speech and I can't even work Zoom on my iPhone. But you know what? I will tell you, it's much easier on a laptop.
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I like my iPad, but I was not prepared. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to the time. I think because my kids got me off track.
Same. Yeah, I finished up bath time. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, so we big day tomorrow.
Or what happening before I finish math. Did we talk about this? It's my daughter's birthday today.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
on the
Back to
fourth
back. I
25th.
birthday,
love it.
right?
Okay. And a couple years in between, but that's okay. It's my older one. But okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
All right. So everybody's all loaded in.
Yeah, looks like this is everyone. We might as well get started.
Beautiful. Well, Amy and I wanted to just go over with, obviously the BCoD conference is coming up here in 2 weeks, I think is what Amy and I were talking about. I can't believe it's already here. And the year's almost over. Holy cow, where the heck did it go? Um, Hopefully Atlanta will have better weather for everybody. I know for Illinois it's a little cold and that getting into the 50s and barely up to 70. So I'm looking forward to hopefully being better than that.
For
If you
sure.
guys have seen the agenda, I know Kristen's been really good about keeping things up to date. We've had a few changes on things. Um, but definitely take a look at the agenda. Um, Still a lot of great stuff. I know things have been added as well. So that's exciting. Um, there's, if you haven't booked already for the hotel, my understanding is the link for the pricing is still at the early registration pricing, which is great. The link is still working well, so let's take advantage of that if you haven't been able to book yet. Um, and be watching for your emails. I know there's a lot of things coming through right now. Just updates, coming out for some of the products, for some of the drugs, things going on with the conference. So there's still lots of stuff coming through, but tonight is just, it's kind of an open forum. Amy and I just want to make sure that how is everybody feeling with PAP season starting? How are things? So I'm excited. I'd like to hear if anybody's had some writing for Tremfya with the new pediatric indication. I have not had any providers write for it with the peds yet. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it if anybody's got any cases.
I didn't
Yeah,
have
looks like
that for the
How
Sarah.
about
new
you, Beth?
ones.
Yeah.
No.
Hey guys,
Nothing?
Hey, Sarah.
I had a pediatric patient that just actually turned 13 years of age that has plaque and psoriatic arthritis. She had failed Stelara, and we had her approved probably 3 weeks ago before they got the indication with commercial. I believe it was through Meritain, which is a plan that we have in Southwest Florida, and we were just able to get her assigned a copay card today.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's really cool. That's like the biggest thing because in the past, like you said, you got it approved a couple weeks ago, even before the indication came through. But in the past, like patients, if you got approved, you couldn't use a copay card unless you're on label. So that's such a big, big win for patients.
Yeah, and they had a system in place, but it wasn't working. So my FRM got with me today and just said that she was able to get it rolling, and the patient's dispensing pharmacy is Lumicera.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's very promising to hear. I mean, I know we have a lot of patients on Stelara. We do have a lot of pediatrics on Stelara. So it'll be really nice. And of course, we're starting to see the letters come in that, Stelara is not going to be approved, or all the patients have to go to biosim now. So
Mhm. Yeah, I wonder actually, have any of your practices, have you seen providers looking to switch to like a Tremfya or a Skyrizi or something instead of going to biosimilars?
I know in my practices we have the providers. It's the craziest thing. Never thought I would see a provider do it. Sent out a memo. They don't want our patients on biosims. Actually, they prefer the name brand because of the programs that are available, the copay cards. Like, their reasoning behind it is, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, same here. My providers doesn't want to do no biosimilars at all. If it gets denied because they want, like, for instance, like, oh, biosimilar, for instance, for Humira, they were just like, okay, switch it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so our clinic, I haven't processed any biosimilars except for Rituxan. That's it, for infusion. That's it.
Hmm. Anyone else?
We're all quiet.
I know.
Everybody's saving their energy for the conference. That's what I got the feeling for.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
I'm
pretty excited for that.
conference.
Excited
For
to meet you
sure.
guys.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? I'm excited to see everybody in person. I was like going through the list of people that were coming, and I'm like, I really want to meet everybody because the names sound familiar, and I want to put names to faces and everything.
Absolutely. Hi, Naisha.
Oh, hi, yeah, you use biosimilars. Yeah, my providers, I work for a couple different ones, so they all kind of do their own thing. And so some of my providers are the same, Naisha, they're using biosimilars. They're fine with switching, and it's their prerogative. I do what they tell me to do. And then I have other providers that are just like yours, David, where they're like, no, we're not using biosimilars. We're sticking with brand name. We'd rather switch to a brand name drug. So I guess it all just depends on the provider.
Yeah, my office
Yeah, for
the same kind of
Yeah.
mixed, but for the most part, I feel like they are keeping them, moving them over to the biosimilar because these patients been on Stelara for a long time, so it's more the patient wants to stay with it than switch to another drug.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had same situations. And then I have had a couple switch to the biosimilars and then come back having to go back to the brand name. And so I'm having to go back to the insurance company to see if they'll approve the brand name, because now at this point they tried it, and the biosimilar didn't work for them. Like, I had a patient that had like a reaction to a biosimilar. And so now she's like, I don't want to try any of the other ones because what if the same thing is going to happen? So we had to, going back to Blue Cross to try to get brand name Humira reapproved for her.
Hey, Amy, can you take Naisha off of mute? She said she was muted.
Oh yeah,
We got to hear her beautiful voice. I
I
mean, I'm
know.
always used to hearing her.
Let me work on that. Participants.
Okay.
Your attendees.
So
Okay.
how's
All right, nice.
how's everybody doing with the beginning of PAP season? Are we feeling strong and mighty, or
I'll be honest, I've been ignoring PAP season until after the conference here. I've been sharing with patients, avoiding coinsurance plans for 2025 and updating the office if they do change insurance. We have sent like a mass message to patients that are of Medicare age to let them know what to anticipate for 2026 and communicating that with the office. So my thought is, getting insurance for patients submitted and then not sending anything to the plan until after January 1. And I was curious what everybody else's opinion was on that.
So I know, like, my FRMs have absolutely loved me dearly the last couple of weeks. But so our practices, we set our PAP at starting October 1st. Now, a lot of the manufacturers aren't starting until or accepting until October 15th, like Dupixent, Cosentyx aren't starting until mid-October, but Dupixent is starting later, like kind of first week in November. Stelara, Tremfya, they're doing their own renewals. So I think if you get a jump start on certain things, you're in a good spot. We started early because we wanted to make sure, number one, our patients had updated appointments, labs. The new enrollment forms got signed. Of course, look at how many enrollment forms just got updated right before PAP season. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. So, and then the hubs want to push back. So just like we started early for that reason alone, just with the new enrollment forms and everything, we just wanted to make sure we had everything up to date. So, and I'm going to knock on wood. My AbbVie patients, we started October 1st and we are about 65%. All our AbbVie patients are already renewed for next year.
Oh, wow. That's good to hear. Yeah, I
Nice.
saw that they sent out the cleanup patient list on Complete Pro. So definitely something that I need to go in and do. But yeah, I was the same, Sarah. I haven't really been thinking about PAP until after the conference.
I think all of us then, except for Catherine, because Catherine is now my partner. Finally, I have a partner.
Yay!
Yes,
That's
Catherine
exciting.
was right there, and she just did. I made her do because my FRM came in today, and I said, you know what? It's all yours. I've been doing that. Then it's all yours, and she did it, and she actually did 50% of that pop. She cleaned up.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
I have a
Catherine, are you
great
there?
trainer, Lou.
Oh, here you go.
So, and everybody's heard about the new Medicare updates for next year. The out of pockets go up by $100, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you guys attend that PAN?
I'm sorry.
No.
I missed it. There was a webinar for PAN, Medicare enrollments and stuff like that.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
was
no, I
this
didn't.
morning.
Was it recorded?
No, that's what I was looking for. I emailed them and I was just like, if it
Alright.
was recorded, please send me. But no.
Yeah. If you hear anything back, let us know. That would be great.
Yes, I will.
I'm sure the Medicare stuff will be we'll probably have a plethora of people talking about it at the conference. For all of our knowledge and updates, because how much we love to tell those patients worse news.
I know.
Have
But
you
yeah,
guys
I think it'll be.
encounter?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Amy.
No, go ahead. You were
No,
gonna
have
ask
you
a
guys
question.
encountered that? Those Medicare patients that's starting to run out or they just got it approved, and I don't want them to pay $2,000. It's already almost November. And so have you guys been sampling them? Because that's what I do. I've been asking them to get me samples, especially the Pixent and stuff like that. Skyrizi. It's so hard to get Skyrizi, but We manage.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing samples or trying to get them into the patient assistance program for the last couple months of the year.
Yeah, but if it's Medicare, like
Same.
they have the money, then, but then I just don't want them to. Because I asked, like, can you pay? But it's just like, so I feel guilty about it. Like it's November, December, 2 months. I was just
Yeah,
like, we'll
it's
just
tough.
wait.
But some of those, so like it's always good to test it because like I've had a lot of patients that have been on other medications, and so throughout the year they've been slowly meeting that $2,000 out of pocket without really kind of realizing it, just because it's something that they've already been doing because it's built into their expenses. It's something that they've been on in the past, their regular medications. And
Mhm.
so I've had patients that even though it is like, September, October, they only have, $500 or $600 left on their deductible for the year. So it ends up working out so they can actually afford it. So I've always had the patients just test it and see what the copay is. And then if it's,
Mhm.
if they haven't met anything, obviously, we get it. It's October. We can't really do that. So
Yeah.
samples work if your office allows you.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. And then basically I've just been
Yeah,
telling
I
them
try
like,
to,
hey, we'll start you on samples. And then come January 1st, like we just need to have a new conversation about trying to get you into your patient assistance or not patient assistance, but into your MP3 prescription payment plan.
Yeah.
yeah, I try to look at the med they're currently on the med list because to Amy's point, like a lot of the patients don't realize what they're spending because it's already built in. They're like, well, it's a medication I have to have, so I'm gonna pay for it.
Mm,
Um, and they don't realize that it's coming off of the top there. So that's the best way I educate the patients on it. And I'm like, oh, look, you're on a blood thinner. Like, how much is that costing you every 30 days? It's a, $600 thing. Well, think about it. Like, that's $600 off that 2000. Like, you're gonna get rid of that 2000 really quick. Or, yeah, I just break it down that way when I look at their med list, as long as it's been updated. Um,
hmm
I utilize that to my advantage, kind of how Amy said. So,
Yeah. Have you guys had any experience? So I know like some of the Medicare plans, some of them will allow the patients to enroll for next year already, like now for the prescription payment plan. Has anybody had experience of their patients doing that this year or no?
Not of mine. No, not yet.
Not mine either, not yet. I
No.
had I had one with Humana that they said that
Okay.
they wanted to auto renew and they did accept it.
Okay. Awesome. What about, I wonder about new enrollments. Like I wonder about patients that are starting therapy now, or we're trying to start them on therapy now, but we can't get them through their payment plan because it's October and they can't afford it. But like, I wonder if they can enroll now in October for 2026. And then that way, like come January 1st, right away, they'll be able to get a shipment out and get a bill in the mail.
I think each company has a date in
Okay.
October. I'm not sure specifically, but an October date that they'll start accepting the applications for the following
That's
year.
what I was thinking, Dina. Yeah, that because I think that might kind of make sense for some of my patients.
Yeah, right now I'm sampling for the end of the year for the last couple months just because of the work that goes into enrollment and if for 2025 and then to have to redo it again within like a couple weeks for the next year. So,
Hmm.
yeah, right now it's just samples.
Smart.
And
Yeah,
for
I
me,
didn't even think about double work.
the Humana patient that I had was an EBGLIS patient, and because of the frequency, we started him in September. He didn't complete the Medicare 3P until a week before last. And I told him, I said, I don't have enough samples to get you through the induction dose. So he was able to complete that and then pay out the deductible for 2025 and auto renew for 2026.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I told him, I said, quite honestly, I don't have the number of pens that you'll need to be able to complete it. And he was able to afford it, fortunately. But I'm like, we need to keep you on therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for that, like, which is great, but reps right now within pharma companies are aware of the Medicare situation at the end of the year. Like I don't usually have issues if I'm reaching out like, hey, I need this for this guy. Can you bring this over? You know, we need to get him good until December. And they usually don't have a problem as long as like just have to ask.
The only ones I struggle with getting samples with are ones that have a high number of doses for the loading dose. If
Gotcha.
Yeah,
if we
that
can get
makes
them
sense.
past that loading dose and on maintenance, it's easier. Um, I I've never been told no by a rep on samples, fortunately, but I try and earmark them carefully.
Absolutely. No, I agree. It's more
Smart.
like a timing thing, just convenience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah. But good to hear that he was able to actually use the prescription payment plan. I mean, that's what it's there for. Like it's so tough talking about Medicare with offices and patients and things like that
Mhm.
because like there's such a negative connotation around it all. But like
Mhm.
and in the reality of it at the end of the day is it's another option for patients that wasn't there before. And for me, I think the more options the better. I just yeah, it kind of like, changed the patient assistance programs and made those ones a little bit tougher. But at the end of the day, it opened up for patients to actually use their insurance if they can afford it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
If you
too.
guys have patients like, questions about Medicares and stuff like that, then you can actually how much would it cost them and stuff like that, any Medicare questions. Because I went to a conference here in Vegas, and then it was pretty interesting. The HAMO, have you guys heard of that?
Which one?
HAMO, it's
Mm-mm.
HEYMOE.
No.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. That's why I told my patient about that, and I did not go to details. I said, "Well, I am not the right person to ask about it, but they're pretty interesting. But if you call this number, because they gave me a tear pad, and I gave it to the patient, and the patient was just thanked me and said, "Hey, thank you for that." But then I wanted to ask that patient, but I got busy, so I didn't know
Hmm.
what happened and stuff. But I'm interested. I'm gonna call them and find out myself.
Yeah. So it's like a company that provides like Medicare enrollment assistance or stuff or something.
Something like that that helps them, like what which plan, because you know how patient will ask us, like think like we know everything, and
Right.
then said, hey,
Yeah.
but which one is covered and stuff like that. I was just like, we don't know until we do it, like we run it through and stuff like that. But these people actually help the patient and find exactly, for instance, if they have Dupixent, okay, because you
That's
know how
pretty cool.
insurances change every single year. They cover
Hmm.
Right.
now, next year they won't. So they have the advantage, and they actually help patients too.
Yeah,
And
that and that's
it's
super helpful right
minimized.
now during open enrollment.
Yeah. So it is a HAMO. It's
Hey Mo.
HEYMOE. Yes.
Cool. All right, yeah. I'll note it down and I'll definitely take a look at it and see for my patients. Cause yeah, I mean, patients call all the time asking what to choose.
I'm
Right.
gonna have to do the same thing because yeah, I mean, Lou, you're right. I mean, the
This is the
patients,
time.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And the patients think that we're like they'll say, "Oh, well, I just talked to my insurance broker and they said that this would be covered." And I'm like, they know as much as we know. They'll tell you it's covered, but how many hoops do you have to jump through before you can have that medicine? So if
Right.
this other company comes into play and actually gives a more realistic like breakdown, like yes, this will be covered,
And what the
or
coverage actually
whatever.
is, not just like hypotheticals, like
Yeah,
what
I
their
mean, I think
actual
that's
like
great.
structure is.
Yeah.
Sarah, did you have something?
Yeah, I had a thought a couple of years ago. I think it was maybe last year. UCB had a booklet that they printed and gave to offices on cardstock. And it essentially broke down what different plans were and what responsibilities were for 2024, I believe it was. I
Hmm.
was curious to see if anybody had seen anything like that from pharma at all.
Yeah, I
No.
haven't seen anything come across in my area at least, but
I
if
haven't.
UCB did it in the past, I wonder if they'd do it again. I could reach out to my rep.
Yeah, what I did is I actually photocopied it and scanned it to my computer, and I was
Smart.
emailing it to patients because they come in, they're like, I'm so confused. That conversation, I'm like, okay, here's some material for you to take home to read about. But I was just curious with the prescription payment plan that's out, if they had created any literature since then.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. But we can definitely that's something we can bring up at the conference. I think that would
Yeah.
be good to ask when we're there, when
Yeah.
we see
Mhm.
industry and kind of see what they have and what's available because they're all going to be there.
Yeah. I've updated my biologic handout to have information on the Medicare prescription payment plan for our practice.
Hmm.
Because a lot of patients, they might be commercial now, but they might in the next year be of Medicare age, just to give them a little pre-planning.
Yeah, that's super helpful. I know J&J has a bunch of info on Medicare stuff like in their slide deck.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like AbbVie usually is pretty good about having different slide decks, so they probably have
Mm-hmm.
something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
J&J gave out really good info last year, like the good
yeah,
card stock and then a bunch of tear-offs. But I haven't seen anything for this year from anybody
Hmm.
for
Yeah,
2026.
the only tear off that I have is just the Johnson's and Johnson's, like the Medicare thing that you will
yeah.
pay more than $2,000, like that stuff. But other than that,
Hmm.
no.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
year I had one for Dupixent and Illumia that
Mm.
explained Medicare payment plan a little bit too. Specifically Illumia, because they're trying to capture those Medicare B patients.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely their niche.
Mm-hmm.
How since we're talking about all these different new things, has anybody had the new what is it, the Sun Pharma drug?
The Repsido.
Yeah.
I actually have the Repsido, I believe it is.
Yeah.
For that one's Novartis for urticaria. I had one, I was on vacation last week and my provider faxed in an enrollment form while I was on vacation. So I walked in, I'm like, oh, we're first, or at
Good
least for our
timing.
territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I did
Yeah,
we
we had one, but then unfortunately when I asked the rep, okay, can you send me the enrollment form? And they said, no, we're in the middle of making the enrollment form. I was just like, okay, great. Then we're not going to ask the patient to wait. So patient wait.
Yeah.
I have good news on that. So I spoke to my FRM because we actually had a luncheon last Monday. I have a printed copy that I can send to someone. David, if you want me to email it to you.
sure.
Now, but
There.
yes,
And I've
when that
also,
time,
I use RX Lightning and it's
Okay.
available through that as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
I
That
mean,
they would have it.
yeah, I'm all for it. So um and the reason I ask about if anybody's done it, so my offices, we actually did clinical trials for it. And now we are having our patients go from clinical trials now having to, get it approved with the insurance. And we're actually having pushback with the insurance denying it because, it's newly FDA approved
Hmm.
and, of course, zero coverage for it.
Yeah.
So I spoke to my
Um,
FRM coincidentally about it today, at least in Florida. With
Uh,
the Repdizo, if you send in the enrollment form, they're not requiring a prior authorization for commercial patients. they'll throw them right into Bridge. And then for Medicare
Right.
patients, they would fill out the empath enrollment form.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Information.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hope there's a bridge program, a good one for the new drug. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, at least at this time, they're not requiring a PA presently. And I did call ModMed because there's no documentation protocols yet in ModMed.
Mm.
And I asked them to get that started as well as notifying Novartis that they need to do that. And we actually got sample delivered today for Rep Devo.
Awesome.
nice.
All right, yeah. So it sounds like everything is pretty much up and running.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what specialty pharmacy does Novartis use for their bridge?
They were using Max. No, I'm getting them confused. I can't remember.
No.
It's been so long.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't know if
They
you
use
knew off the top
Cover
of
My
your head.
Meds specialty pharmacy.
Meds, that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know.
I was getting them
And
mixed up for Lumia.
Yeah.
and FYI, make sure you're using the DFW Cover My Meds specialty
Yeah.
pharmacy, because I heard that the other one that's available, there's a delay in shipping with them.
Oh.
Interesting.
In our
Didn't know
EMR,
that
it
until
always says
today.
the Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ours has the Dallas Fort Worth, and I think there's one in Louisiana as well. But yeah, my FRMs have been telling me just do the DFW one because they're shipping quickly. They don't know if it's a like staff turnover or whatever. I'm like, I just need to know where my patients can get the medicine and it can be just shipped out quickly. Let's just make this easy.
Oh, right. So frustrating.
Yeah, I don't need to know the why. I just need to know the how.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to think and I'm having a brain fart. So Amy, help me, or anybody help me. What's
What is
the
it?
one other drug that is, yes, for the that has to have the
The CYP.
genetic test?
Yes.
Like
Yeah, it's
Selby.
Lexelvi.
Yeah.
Any,
Lexelvi.
Yeah,
anybody?
we're waiting for our patient to come back with the results, or waiting if they did their testing already, the CYP2C9
Nice.
testing. Yeah, I haven't. We have a couple that we, send out to get those tests, but none of them go back. We called, we checked, and nothing yet.
Hmm.
Just double checking, you guys, at least we were told that they had to go through LabCorp for their
Correct.
blood work.
Only LabCorp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Only
LabCorp,
LabCorp.
because then some pharma will pay for the testing.
Mhm.
They are in the process of trying to get Quest on board, but I guess Quest is pushing back on it.
Mhm.
Just make sure that your patients know that when you're going to put them on medication, like emphasize that LabCorp. Like I don't know if you have to like stamp it to their forehead or their hand or something. Because we did have one patient that, because they were getting their normal labs drawn at Quest, because that's where their insurance wants them to go, they got that test done at Quest as well, and no reimbursement for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know about any of you guys, but I don't got a couple $100 I want to spend on a test.
That's a no bueno.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so that is good to definitely be cautious and make sure we're telling our patients.
Exactly. And educating the providers. I know the provider that initially prescribed it didn't even realize like he needed to order that test. And
Mm.
I sent it back to him and I said, hey, you got to order this test. And me, because I've never ordered genetic testing before, I can order all the other labs all day long. I'm like, I'm not responsible for genetic testing. No, thank you.
Mhm.
So I sent it back to him and he's like, well, just call the rep and have the rep help you do it. And I'm like, so I called the rep and following provider's instructions, because at the end of the day, they're the boss. And she's like, do you know how many times I've had lunch with that provider and how many times I've stuck a brochure and all of the codes and everything in his hand? I'm like, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 different times. I'm like, but do you know how hungry my provider was?
Right.
So, so yeah, just making sure that the providers are fully aware of what's needed prior to the patient leaving, so you don't have to email or have the patient come back and get frustrated, because I'm sure they're already not going to be happy potentially having to go to 2 different places.
For sure. Yeah. I always find giving a clear direction to the patients can alleviate some of the stress.
Now, our rep
Yeah.
had to email someone at LabCorp, and they were able to update our account for our office. And they emailed us printed, or we were able to print paper requisitions to include that special testing.
Oh,
If you want, I can forward that email address to you guys to have that way in case you want to have it for your offices.
I mean, I'm always happy to have the extra stuff. I did have somebody from
Absolutely.
LabCorp send me an email. So
Want to.
Yeah, I can send it over to David or Amy. I'll just get your emails at the end. I can send it to both of you at the end of the webinar.
Yeah, I'll pop my email in the chat.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I think you have my email, but you can send it to Amy. I go to Amy if I have questions.
Stop it.
Amy's my backup if my memory fails.
Don't worry, she's ours too.
Stop, my brain isn't
She's
that
like,
big.
guys, stop.
I can't keep it all. I look to you guys. I'm like, hey, what do I do now?
We drink more.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the conference is going to be so fun. I'm so excited. I think we should end on a good note, and let's talk about what we're looking forward to most at the conference.
When is everybody going to be there? Because we are here in Vegas, so we're going to be there.
I'll get there Saturday afternoon, so I'll be there plenty early.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll
'cause
be there
we leave
Saturday too.
Friday night, but we don't arrive until Saturday morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday as well, midday.
Yep.
I'll be there Saturday evening. So all you guys get to party with Amy. I'll be the caboose. I'll bring up the rear.
Yes, the ladies will party first, and we'll await your arrival, David.
I appreciate that. All you guys will be, seasoned by the time I get there. No worries.
Yeah, hopefully it's warm and sunny. I'm gonna park by the pool like I did last year with Dina.
Oh, what a good idea.
Yes. I'll be there early Sunday morning.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, Dina and I last year we were pool buddies, me and her mom. Oh my God, Dina, your mom was the best. I
It was
love her.
definitely
She's
nice
so
little trip.
sweet.
She's not
Yes.
coming this time around.
Oh, bummer. That was fun. I loved that. That was really cool.
I think
Yeah,
I'm excited to
I'm
hear
excited for the
about.
conference.
I think I'm kind of excited. I'm not the quietest person in the world, so, but I'm kind of excited about talking about tandem.
Yeah.
I'm excited about hearing about Tandem too. I was curious. We don't use AI in our practice, but I'm interested in it. Is it possible just to partake in the workshop without having to be a tester of it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that's as far as I'm aware, because I sign up for it the same and I don't use it either in my practice.
Because I'll be honest,
Yes.
all my drug reps are like fishing, like trying to get my opinion of it. And I'm like, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm very vocal. I was told to be nice.
Well, I've been using it for 2 years. I have a very large practice. I have over 160 offices, so something like that is needed. It's not
Hmm.
perfect. They're new. It's new to us. So it's definitely an experience, but I think it's going in the right direction. A lot of their issues stem around more of what's going on in the background between pharma and Tandem, which affects the process.
It's
Um,
algorithms in the background.
y- yes, but I did a pilot with Tandem and 3 other pharmacies. Like obviously, as we all know, we could do it better than everybody, but it's not an option within practices. It's just not working.
Yeah.
So we did Sendera, Palmetto, and Acaria in Tandem, and Tandem's who we went with because the approval rate, the turnaround times, and the enrollments is key because a lot of like I'll get a lot of enrollment forms with the name typed or it's blank because they don't get the signatures. So that's what made me choose them is,
That makes
so
sense.
the team, like once they hear, oh, psoriasis, biologic, everybody freezes and like freaks out a little bit, where I don't want them to worry about an enrollment form. Like if you do the documentation correctly, we don't even need that enrollment form. So I'd rather them
Yeah.
focus on that. So that's my reasons of going towards Tandem. But like I said, there are issues, but everything I address with them, I meet with them every other week, and anything I bring to their attention, they fix. So, it's definitely an experience, but I think it has a lot of potential. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we don't
There's
use
no
any of
right or
those.
wrong way to do PAs. We all
Exactly.
need some sort of system. So it makes sense. And I think we're all on the same page where whether we're using it or not, we want to learn about it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And every time, like, I do interviews with a pharmacy, they're always like, yeah, it's approved and we'll transfer the drug. And they really like try to sell themselves on that. And I'm like, well, that's great, but anybody could get something approved. I'm more concerned of what happens when it gets denied, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah,
And I
super
think
smart. Yeah.
and I think a lot of people are just nervous about Tandem because they feel like AI is going to take their job. I know a lot of the practices in my area, their BCs have been let go because of Tandem.
Hmm.
Um,
absolutely. I agree too. Like, I'm very fortunate because I work for such a large company and I'm managing it.
Yeah.
But from my standpoint, it needs to be managed within an office because it's not there yet where it's perfect. Like I do speak for
right.
multiple companies and they tell me like, oh, we don't even know how to contact them because the doctor set it up or the office manager set it up. Like there needs to be a
Yeah.
line of communication from the staff. When you have problems, you take the medical record number, make sure you give it to them so they can review it and fix the issue. So I think that's where the issue is of there's no direct contact to discuss the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically like what you're saying is like you need a BC to drive it or like you
Yes,
found the
Hand in
best way to
hand.
work with tandem is
exactly.
exactly to work hand in hand. It's not one can replace the other. You have to still have the BC driving it.
Yeah.
Yes, like
And
my MEs are responsible for the normal day-to-day workflow of biologics with Tandem. I'm here for more of like when issues or things get stuck because they do, but I have that line of communication. That's why I'm here. But within an
Hmm.
office, like even BC should be able to just be able to reach right out because they're telling you they're managing the enrollments. That's what they're offering. So I
Yeah.
go back like you offered this, so I need you to look at this or and I never take no for an answer. That's how
No, you
biologics
tell
go.
them. You
They
yeah,
want
tell
no. And that's the biggest thing with everybody that gets to sit down and meet with the people at Tandem. I know I've reached, there's two people there that I think everybody probably knows or has talked to at one point or another. Their biggest thing, they want to make sure that BCs know that Tandem is here to work hand in hand and be partnered with a BC. So that way, um, that level of communication is there. So when practices do want to entertain bringing Tandem in, it's so that way people don't get worried and automatically think, oh my God, my job's on the line.
them.
So Tandem's really, from my understanding, going to be able to put people's mind at ease, hopefully, um,
Hopefully, yeah.
to show that. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what they have to say. Um, Dina, I'm impressed that they're doing what they do for you. We meet with them every week to give them a plethora of this is what needs to be improved, this is what we're not seeing. But we haven't fully integrated the whole AI. We review the PAs, we review the appeals before they're submitted. We just don't let the AI do it. So,
Well, that's the biggest thing, and that is what I tell when I'm speaking. Like, it's not here to do the job for you.
mhm,
You still have to communicate with them. You know, you
yeah,
have to. It's not, it's just doing the PA, it's taking off like the little things that you need to do. Like the entire form is filled out. I just
the
need you to sign
tedious
it.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, let's get the documentation because I'm still asking for
Yep.
addendums for a BSA, you know, something that's required.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's where the focus needs to be. I think that's just, you know, from day one of starting this, that was my focus for it. Like documentation is a mess and that's where we need to fix.
Definitely, yeah.
Agreed.
Whatever you can do to streamline.
Yeah. But yeah, they're good. Things take time. I get a lot of complaints. Most of them are coming from the BCs. Like when you talk to people, medical assistants are going to tell you that they love it because it's removing some of the workload from them. But when you talk to the BC, that's where the complaints coming in because it's more of the job situation, not that they can't do the job. But like I
Yeah.
know I could
Right.
do it better, like, but it's what companies want.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
for
So,
sure.
We don't use
Sarah.
AI at all. The only AI that I use is when I do my appeal, and
Hmm.
that's it. And we don't use Emma. We use Nextag. Oh, we're the outcast.
let me tell you, I remember hearing at the last web series that I did with the cracking tough cases, somebody brought up that Chat GPT or whatever.
Oh, that was me.
And let me tell you, that thing can write an appeal letter like nobody's business.
Yes, it can.
Uh,
That is my
it's
go-to.
using up all of our water, but it's the only way I do appeals now.
Oh yes, I
I put
trade
everything in
my
there, like
Chat
every
GPT pretty
email,
good.
I got
everything.
some goodies
I,
for you
I
guys
plan all
later.
my vacations. I mean,
I,
yeah.
I've literally put in that chat GPT 40-year-old patient with plaque psoriasis failed this, and this. Give me rationale as to why this is superior, and it blows all of the statistics out. And I'm like, sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty
and
great.
and and off subject, did you know it can tell you stories? Like it can tell
What?
your kids bedtime stories if you ask it to.
What?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you can do so, you have no idea the capabilities of ChatGPT. It's
Oh,
insane.
I'm finding out. Believe me, I am finding out. Like it is superb.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Like I said, I plan all of my vacations now on it. Like I'm like, give me an itinerary for a trip to this place for two adults and a 2-year-old toddler, and I'm like,
No,
prioritize like cultural activities and museums. Like, and they do it. Like they're like, here's your
That's
stuff.
wild. That's so
It's
cool.
so cool. It's so cool. They're like, oh, snack breaks. When they even like, so I had to do Scotland, and it lined out like all the playgrounds on your trip. So like you could like when you're driving, stop at a playground. I'm like, this is wild.
I need another vacation.
Yeah.
What I
Chat
Well,
love,
GPT,
like
we
new
should all chat
cities.
GPT Atlanta for the conference.
There we go. See if it agrees.
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was the greatest tool. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. It has been wonderful, and I tell
Yeah.
everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I did have a
So
question kind of along the tandem thought process that we were going over. I've utilized RX Lightning for the past year for our enrollment forms with our practice, and I didn't know if there was anyone out there that had experience with RX Lightning that has used Tandem as well. If there was any like comparative.
I've never used RX Lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
The way Tandem works is they send a link through their portal and for the enrollment for the staff to fill out, and the
Mm-hmm.
patient gets a link through a text message
Mm-hmm.
for them to sign. Everything's pre-populated. on both ends, except whatever legally needs to be done, like the device, the prescription. So then they sign that. If you want to get the signature in the office, Tandem has a button on their portal where it says start enrollment. And as long as you sent the prescription already, you could choose the patient and get the patient's signature right there.
Okay, so it is similar then. Okay.
Yes, you could
The
also
only difference
store
is that I
provider
do data entry.
signatures as well.
Yeah, with RX Lightning, they
Dina,
have the business associate agreement to where they have the prescriber signature on file. And I essentially copy and paste everything from Emma into RX Lightning. So like the insurance ID number and demographics, and then upload like their current med list and their demographics page and their insurance. It takes about 4 minutes to do a patient. And
Oh,
then it
wow.
sends a text message to the patient to sign for consent. And they can do that for hub access or PAP access. And then if they have their, like for PAP, if they have to submit proof of income, they have a way of answering the questions for that too.
So it
Oh,
sounds
cool.
like what you're doing directly is what Tandem is doing on the back end, just as like the middleman for it.
Gotcha.
Honestly, it sounds like
Yeah.
the same process.
Gotcha. I'm
Because
the
they're
grunt
sending
work.
everything to us pre-populated when you're for this, you're filling it out.
Right, right.
Makes sense.
yeah. Dina, on your Tandem side, have they given you the ability to see the text messages that are going to the patients yet?
No. Do you have
Okay.
that?
We are in the midst of it. We can actually see what they send to the patient. We just can't see the patient reply back yet. We don't have access to that.
Oh, great. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah. When I
So,
first
because
started with this, the portal had like no information. It was like approved and denied. Like it's come such a long way. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
no, you're totally good. So no, I see because I know they kept promising, and I'm like, well, since you've been testing it for so long, I mean, as a beta tester, it's like you should have access to the new features first. So that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, I just have right now still have the date. We skipped one of our meetings because my manager was away, so I have a meeting with them on Thursday.
Okay.
But yeah, no, honestly, like I hear a lot from reps and stuff. Tandem isn't so direct all the time. Like sometimes I'll get on a meeting and I will throw them like something that they're just like, why do you even know that? But everybody talks within biologics and reps and stuff. So it's like, I need you to tell my number one thing
It's
is
a
this.
small world.
Yes, like
Mhm.
is this giving my staff more work and is my patients getting their medication? Like anything else, that's not my problem. You offered us something and we agreed because we will take
Exactly.
like try other people out. Right now, Tandem's just like the only option with all these features.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I
Agreed.
don't
So
listen. I don't when I talk, I don't sugarcoat it. I don't think they're perfect, and you do need to be on top of it. There's certain things like when I hear a complaint, I hear it from here to California to Ohio to Texas. Everybody's going through the same thing, so it's interesting to see how this is working out.
I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll
Yeah.
have to partner up with you, Dino. When we're at the conference and that, so that way we can, compare notes.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. I'm all for it. Like, because
Yeah.
that's what we should be doing. This is just another pharmacy like telling us what we want to hear. Like,
Hmm.
and I
Right.
feel like they all do that, like something they promise like post-transfer calls. I don't feel like they're consistent with it. Like, there's certain things that I think over time they will
Yeah.
offer. It's just not exactly there yet.
Yeah, you definitely have to hold them accountable and make sure that they're doing what they said that they're going to do. And if they're not doing something that you want them to do, you're right, Dina. Like, tell them and hope that they change and make the updates for you like they've done to the portal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
Yeah.
like on the back end, whatever's going on with companies, they figure it out. So the
Hmm.
services, enhanced services, whatever they're trying to offer, can happen and we're good. Like Tremfya, Johnson and Johnson, they're already contracted with them. So if you noticed, if you use Tandem, you have your express enrollment where you literally just click a
Yep.
few buttons and put it through when it's done, and the patient's not even getting
Awesome.
the link because they are fully contracted with Tandem. For everybody else, it's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and ideally it'll just keep getting better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's happening. It is getting better, but they're all getting bigger. Like when I first started, reps didn't want nothing to do with it. Nobody wanted anything to do with tandem. And now I probably say tandem about 300 times a day.
So true. It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same when Cover My Meds came around 10, 15 years ago. Like Cover My Meds wasn't a thing. And
Right.
insurance companies were like, no, we don't accept prior authorizations on Cover My Meds. And I was like, well, actually you do. So you can stop saying that.
Oh, wow.
Wild. All right. Well, I mean, we were only supposed to go for a half hour. It's now 8:30. I think we should probably wrap this up and probably go see our children again if they're not in bed already.
Yeah.
Because the topic is interesting. That's why.
I know. I know. We always get talking. We don't stop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Amy,
Yeah.
if anybody has questions, like you could hand out I put my email there. You could
Oh,
give my
awesome.
number. Like if any, more than welcome to reach out. I work from home. I beg people to talk to me all day. So I'm
For
here,
sure. Yeah. You're
answering some
always,
questions.
anytime everyone's like, anyone has tandem questions, you're the first name. You and obviously David started using it recently, but you've always been top of it. I'm like, Dina, just go ask Dina.
Yeah, I think they're gonna kind of try to throw me into whatever they're doing at BCoD on like their
Good.
end
Yeah.
to us. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So you guys know that monthly, I think you do it monthly or like just with updates. I absolutely love that and I live for it because I don't speak to sales reps a lot. I'm more like FRMs. So getting those
Mhm.
updates of what's covered and not covered is really, really helpful. So those emails definitely work, do a good job.
Awesome. Thank you. We love to hear that. Yeah, I mean, it's
Good.
same because I'm remote. So honestly, like talking to you guys about the new medications coming, unless my providers like are writing them, I don't really see it. So it's the same. I love doing this and getting those updates because yeah, there's so much happening all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yes, especially now, coverage changes and stuff, so it's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Huge.
great for all of us to chat about it because that way when you're speaking for one of the pharmaceutical companies, you can talk about different things across the country and not just focused in your region, which makes you, invaluable.
Mm-hmm. And if it happens in one area, it's gonna happen somewhere else. So if somebody's seeing it, you're gonna see it next.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yep. Always the trends.
Right. So, all right. Well, we've taken up a lot of everybody's time, but this was super fantastic. Amy's gonna remember everything. She'll quiz
Yes, it's
everybody
all
later.
here.
But everybody, I hope you guys all have great evenings. Hopefully your kiddos aren't in bed, or if they are, you enjoy some peaceful adult time. Have a glass of wine or something, and reach out if you guys need anything, want to hear anything, and then we're excited to see everybody at the conference.
Yeah,
Sounds
safe
No,
great.
I
travels,
can't wait.
everybody.
Yes.
Gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, for sure,
Yeah,
you guys, for
take
sure.
lots of pictures. I'm sure we'll have some sort of hashtag that we'll send out, like a BCoD 2025 con or whatever that we do every year, Send your travel photos. We'll get a text stream going of everyone like when we're arriving and meet up at the hotel.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I do want to say something. I'm gonna be on stage, and I was thinking about doing. You know how everybody's doing that trend? I'm so Atlanta. So
Yeah.
I kind of had Chat GPT kind of help me out with the little like incorporate the BCTLD like thing, which I'm gonna send it to you guys and see who wants to come on stage and help me do it because I think that would kind of be a little funny, something.
I love it. I
Yeah,
think that's going to be so much fun. Definitely.
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
I'll send it to everybody. Make sure your email's in the chat, and I'll just send it to everybody and see who wants to be that volunteer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like
Sounds like a plan.
Dina's your volunteer.
No.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. So good to hear from you all and see you all. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
All
Good night,
right.
Yeah.
Thank
everybody.
you so much, you guys.
All right, everybody
Bye-bye.
have a great night.
Have a
Bye,
good night.
everyone.
Bye.